Yo guys, what's going on? It's Chaz here at Rookie Trading. Today we're going to be going over the 7 pillars to make you a successful trader. Let's do it. Let's roll that intro. Alright, now you guys are looking at my screen. Let's get into it. So successful trading. So these are the 7 pillars to be a successful trader. I would recommend you guys print something like this out, make one of it, and print it out and put it at your desk somewhere so that you could see it, because this is a great way to be able to keep looking at while you're trading, so you make sure not to step in any of these errors. So let's go over them. So don't get FOMO. For someone that doesn't know what FOMO is fear of missing out. Okay, so don't get FOMO. Do not let your emotions get into the way of your trading. Once you get emotional and you're like, oh my god, I think I'm missing out on this stock, that's when everything goes wrong. And that's when you will start to just lose a ton of money and possibly blow up your account. FOMO is one of the worst things. Make sure you trade with your trading plan. Don't just get FOMO because, ooh, it's spiking. You'll probably get in at the wrong time and have to cut your losses, and then you're taking a loss. So you don't want to stay in the red just because of your emotions. So number 1, don't get FOMO. Alright, number 2, don't overtrade. So this is one thing that's really hard because I personally love trading and I'd trade every secondary day if I could, but overtrading definitely is bad because it causes you to keep trading and keep doing things, and once you keep doing that, you might get into a bad cycle, and then we'll get into revenge trading in a second. But overtrading, if you're already up on the day, you don't want to keep going and then possibly lose your next trade, especially throughout the day. When you start getting in the middle of the day, past probably around 1 or 2 o'clock, is when the markets start to get a little bit choppy and the plays aren't as consistent, and it's just not the best way to trade. And I would definitely not recommend overtrading. Definitely trade your system, trade what you know. Be ready to trade in the morning, scalp out the stocks that you want to see and that you actually want to play, rather than just seeing a stock spiking and just being like, oh, I gotta get in now. That's just not the way to do it, and that's the all-time way to blow up your account. So make sure not to do that. So number 2, don't overtrade. Alright, number 3, don't revenge trade. So this is a big one. So this is basically when you lose money, when you trade your plan, you did great, you did everything you're supposed to do, but you had to cut your losses because the stock went against you. And you're like, well, if I get back in, maybe on this pop, I'll be able to make my money back. And then you get it on the pop, you get in at the top, and then you ride it all the way down, then you have to cut your losses again. Now you're down even lower. Now you're mad, you're angry, you need to make this money. Then you get back in for another quick pop, pops up, you don't cut your profits quick, boom, tanks. And now you're down 3 times or whatever more than you were to begin with. So don't revenge trade. Don't revenge out of spite because you screwed up. It happens. Don't get mad at yourself, but the worst thing you could do is go in for another trade out of spite for what you just lost. Cut your losses, cut them quick, and just be done. Sometimes it sucks, but you got to do it. So number 3 was don't revenge trade. Number 4, don't get greedy, guys. Don't get greedy. Take your profits when you got them. When you have your profits, take them. I mean, that's great. Oh my god, I'm up on the day, I have money. I'm not saying if you're up $2, take profits, but I mean, if you're doing well, take your money and run. You're up, you're green, it's a good day. Don't get greedy and wait for the stock to hit highs, and then you bag hold through this long progression downtrend, and then you're taken out for a loss because you bag held. That is just not the way to go, and this gets into bag holding, which is just terrible. And bag holding is that's the way to really blow up your account. And bag holding is basically, if you're in a stock and it didn't meet your requirements and now you're in the red, because you screwed up a little bit or you got a bad entry. Now you're in the red. You're like, oh, I think it's going to go back up, so I'll hold it. that's when you get screwed. That's when you bag hold, it just keeps coming up, down, boom, and then you're blowing up your account. I mean, that's not the way to do it. So don't get greedy. Number 4, don't get greedy, don't bag hold. All right. Now this one's extremely important, guys. Cut your losses quick. Cut them quick. You definitely don't want to, it's the same thing. You don't want to bag hold your loss. Once you bag hold your loss, and especially if everything's going against the stock, you know, your level 2's showing huge red tape, you just have a steady downtrend and all this other stuff, cut them quick. Get out of the stock. If you had a bad entry, you had a bad entry. Just cut them quick. You could always get back in for the nice pop if you want to, you know? Like, I'm not saying revenge trade, but cut your losses quick. Revenge trading is more like if you're down a ton and then you had to cut your losses, then you get in again, then you're down even more. But cutting losses quick is basically like you're up and then you came down a little bit and it hit your mental stop loss and you just get out, you know? I mean, you'd be down maybe $100 or less, you know? Just a quick loss, you know, you take it, but you could always get back in when you see some steady uptrend, some good green tape coming in on the level 2 and whatever. But yeah, cut your losses quick. That's extremely important, guys. Make sure to cut your losses quick and don't bag hold. All right. Also, take profits quick, okay? So same thing with cut losses quick, but reverse. So when you're in the green, you want to take your profits, guys. All right? It's the same thing as don't get greedy. I mean, take your profits, guys. Like when you're in the green, that's great. And if the stock is showing great potential and it's going with what your trading plan was, and get out at your trade plan. Like when you create your trading plan, get out at where you expected yourself to get out at. If you're shorting, get out at the low. If you're going long, get out at the high where you wanted to. You know, you should always have a trading plan, but we'll get into that in a second. But take your profits quick, guys. You definitely want to maximize your profits and not maximize your loss. That is the worst thing to do. So take your profits quick when you got them, because you're in the green. You're good. You're stable. That's awesome. That's the way to do it, okay, guys? So make sure to take your profits quick. Number 6. All right, number 7. Most important one. Like everyone needs to do this. I didn't do it when I first started, which really screwed me. I would just get in, be like, oh, maybe it will go up. Like, oh, it looks good. Like, oh, FOMO. Like that was me like the whole time. And I know that's a lot of beginner traders have that same issue. So what you have to do is you have to make yourself a trading plan. Have a mental stop loss and have a mental get out at a certain average or point that you see in the stock, and you're like, okay, so I'll get out at a 2-to-1 ratio versus my stop loss. So if you're wanting to get it for the quick pop, then you're going to do 2 times what your stop loss will be. So your stop loss will be, let's say the stock's trading at $2, right? Stock's trading at $2. So you want to get out at 220 for the quick pop, maybe a morning spike or something like that. So then if you want to go those 20 cents, your stop loss is going to be 10 cents below. So at $1.90, your stop loss would be. So that's just an example. That doesn't have to pertain with you guys, but normally I do percentage wise. So my stop loss would be like 1 or 2% below where I got in versus 3 to 6% above where I got in, which is where I want to liquidate my position and get out and take my profits. But also, you can always make a trading plan, but that does not mean you're going to execute it. You have to execute your trading plan. Execute your trading plan on a consistent basis will make you a successful trader. That's basically guaranteed. Basically, I mean, if you execute your trading plan and you know what you're doing, you will make money. But the thing is, sometimes you don't execute your trading plan and you go below your your mental stop loss, and you're like, I think it will go back up, and it starts crashing, and then you have to bag hold. And that's when you get screwed. That's when you lose and blow up your account, like I've been saying. That's just not the way to do it. So execute your trading plan, know what you're getting into, you know, trade the patterns, trade what you know, and just be what's the word I'm looking for? For lack of a better word, coherent to what you're looking at. You know what I mean? Like just just be there and execute the trading plan that you already have set for yourself. Also, I have a trading journal that I keep all the time. I write in it every day, every morning, what stocks that I see are gapping up and why I like them. Also, after the day, I explain what happened throughout the market today, what stocks were spiking, what stocks were falling, and also what I did today that was good and the bad. I get both of those in there, and whether I made profit or I lost today, I'll write that down in there, and so that I could look back over and be like, okay, I did this wrong. Okay, I'll make sure not to do that today. You know what I mean? It's a great way to not make the same mistakes over and over again. So basically, execute your trading plan that you have in place. That is a guaranteed way to be a successful trader. So one more time, so the 7 pillars of being a successful trader. So don't get FOMO, okay? Why is my thing not working? Oh, hold up. All right. Okay, don't get FOMO. Don't get fear of missing out, okay? Don't overtrade. Don't revenge trade. Don't get greedy. Cut your losses quick, guys, okay? Take profits quick and execute your trading plan. Most important one, execute your trading plan, guys. If you have a trading plan, you execute it, you will be a successful trader. Make sure to keep all of these in mind. I would recommend printing this out, keeping it by your desk, and always looking at it when you're trading so you know not to make these mistakes and execute your trading plan. Guys, I hope you liked it. I hope all of you have a fantastic day. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys can. That's a huge help to me. Thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic day. I will see you guys tomorrow. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you guys again. You guys are fantastic. I appreciate all the support. And it really does help if you were to subscribe. So please subscribe if you can, or like the video. Once again, thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.